Welcome back, Average Joe fam. Trying something a little different tonight. We're going to try and do this live, so please bear with me as I try to navigate the controls of doing a live show for you guys. If this is something you want to see more often, let me know in the comments. But the goal of tonight's video simply is just to try and do something very quick, easy, and not sacrifice any taste because of it. We're all busy during the week. We all need quick things to do to feed our families at the end of our workday. That's what this video is trying to provide. So let's jump right in. We're going to be doing baby back ribs in the air fryer. This will not take long, and this is a very simple yet a recipe that tastes really good. Yes, cameraman. What's up, cameraman? What are you trying to tell me, cameraman?
I just liked your video, and someone else just liked it.
Oh, great. Good. Okay, so let's not keep them waiting. Let's go ahead and get started. So first, we're going to start with our rub for this. So cameraman, can you please do what we practiced and see if we can pan down to the working space here? All right. Very simple recipe. Very simple rub. So we're going to take our mortar. We're going to add some kosher salt. Now, salt to taste. This is different for everyone. This is 1 rack of ribs, so I'm going to probably do about a tablespoon. Into that, I'm going to add some garlic powder. I'm going to do about a teaspoon and a half. I'm going to add some chili powder. Same thing, about a teaspoon there. I'm going to add some white pepper, substitute black pepper if you prefer, about a teaspoon there. And finally, we're going to add some paprika. This will give it a nice, good golden color on the reddish tones on our final product, and probably do about 2 teaspoons there. So we're going to just go ahead and give this a quick little grind, get this a little bit more fine for our rub. Doesn't take much. You don't even have to do this at all, quite frankly. This is just something I like to do. All right. All right. Now that we got that mixed up, take a look at that. Can you see the camera?
Yep.
Okay. We'll set that aside. Now we're going to prep our baby backs. Like I said, this is just regular baby backs, one rack. So we'll go ahead and get them out of the package. Cameraman, can you get me some paper towels, please? They're down there. Just tear off a couple for me if you would. And as you can see, this has got a lot of blood and juices in it, so we want to make sure we get this completely prepped for our seasoning. All right, thank you. I'm gonna need a couple more, please. So we're just gonna give this a pat. Try to get it somewhat dry here. Okay. Change that out. Gonna pour space a little bit. Okay. Once we got that, just a little bit more, please. Thank you. Once we got that, we want to give it a little bit of oil here. So we have something for the seasoning to stick to. So this is in case if anybody's wondering, this is a rosemary and garlic infused olive oil I made. Just gives it a little bit more. So I just want to give a good base on there. Rub it in. And now that we have it rubbed in, You know, some folks like to remove the silver skin, which is this part right here. On beef ribs, I like to do that. Pork ribs, I don't find that, my personal preference, I don't really find that's necessary, but what I will do is I'll just score it, you know, give it some hatch marks. And as it cooks, those will crisp up. And pretty much serve the same purpose. But if you want to remove yours, by all means, go ahead and do that. And so we're going to start with putting our rub on here. And I personally like to start with the meat side down because that's the presentation side. So now a lot of your seasonings will not penetrate through this, so you don't have to be, you know, 100% perfect with this. But the reality is, we want some on there. So put some on there. A preference, you know, rub it in a little bit. Nothing fancy. Okay. Make sure we get the edges. This front edge too. And take your time with this, folks. It's not a race. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get flipped over. And we still have that oil on our meat side. So we'll go ahead and add some on there. Now this is, in my opinion, this is a little bit more presentation critical. You know, you want to try and get all of it covered pretty liberally here. You know, if you do miss a spot, not a big deal from a taste perspective. You know, but you really do want people to get all the seasoning when they bite into each one of these. So let's work our way down. And then just pat it in along the way. All right. Okay. Once we get that packed in there, as you can see, it's kind of sticking to it already. What I like to do is put a little bit of brown sugar, optional step. But it kind of balances out some of the pepper notes in here. And let's put a little light coating on it like that. Now you're going to want to be careful, because if you overdo the sugar in like any kind of barbecue oven or air fryer in this case, you do run the risk of actually burning it. And the taste of burnt sugar is not a good taste. So be cautious about it. But definitely put some on there if that's what you want to do. All right. So as you can see, this is all on here. It's coated pretty well. I can smell it from here, and it smells really good. Cameraman, is this you got a good shot of this on the camera?
Yep.
Okie doke. All right, let me wash up, and then we'll go to the air fryer. Be right back. All right, so cameraman, if we can pan over this way, capture the air fryer. Show folks how we're going to do this. Air fryer's right here, so turn the camera this way. Good. All right, so we're going to do air fry. We're going to do this at approximately 350 degrees. So we'll run that down to 350. And we're going to start it off on the meat side down. That's where the bulk of the cooking is going to go. So we're going to run that for probably about 15 to 20 minutes first. That's going to do majority of the cooking. Then we'll finish it on the back side. So for the time, I'm just going to put 20 minutes. And when that goes off, we'll make sure we can flip it over. So go ahead and get that started. And while that's warming up, get the camera back. Get the camera back. Okay. So let me know, guys, in the comments. What fast, easy meals do you do, for your family, after work? And please disregard the noise. That's the air fryer starting up here. A lot of us really just don't have the time, and we sacrifice a lot of things. Maybe we cook some prepackaged stuff, which I'm not bagging on, but that kind of gets old after a while, and making something specifically for your family is really kind of a good thing. So it makes you feel good. Your family will see that you put some effort into it, and it just it makes you feel whole. So let me know in the comments what you think. What are some of your go-to weeknight meals? I recently got this air fryer here, and I've never had one before. And the more I use it, the more I actually kind of like it. It just speeds things up considerably. It the amount of time this thing takes, it's literally almost half the time in most meals. And for the weeknights, this definitely helps. But don't get me wrong, I love going outside, firing up that smoker, and getting some good quality smoked foods as well. And I definitely still do that, but I just need more time to do that. I think most of us, we work a 9 to 5, full-time job, 8, 10, 12 hours a day, and we just, yes, camera.
Another person is watching your live
Well,
stream.
that's very awesome. Thank you, cameraman. So, like I was saying, don't get me wrong. There's still a place for barbecue, and that's really the heart of the channel here. But really, the goal of the channel really is, how can we make good food that's quick and easy and without sacrificing taste? And that's really kind of the aim of this. And I think the air fryer really has is another tool to help me do that. So if you haven't ventured down the realm of exploring that yet, definitely check some of these things out. The one I'm using here is a Gourmet, and it's a kind of a dual unit. It's not like the typical air fryer. It's a grill and an air fryer combo. It still smokes. So be forewarned. It will smoke up at your house. You do got to keep on top of the drip tray like you would any other cooking thing, cooking vessel, an oven or smoker. So you don't get to get away with that, but know that it will smoke up your house if you're not paying attention. But again, I think the main thing is that it's really cuts down the time, and that's kind of a really good thing for our busy lives that we have. So. Cameraman, do we have any comments yet?
Nope.
No comments.
Just me.
Just you. Number one fan, guys. So yeah, so that's it. So and then so who's excited about springtime? For those who don't know, we live in the Midwest here, and just yesterday we had a 70-degree day in the first couple weeks of February, which is unheard of. So that's really kind of got me thinking. It's like, man, these winters are already long around here, but seeing signs of early spring is definitely a good thing. I know the old groundhog said that we're gonna have 6 more weeks of winter, but it definitely doesn't appear to be around here. So, but again, that kind of leads into, all right, what is the material I'm gonna start planning when when the weather improves outside? And, we're gonna spend more time outside. We're going to do a lot more. I got a lot of cool content planned when it warms up a little bit. A lot of experimental content. A lot of basic content. I think as I'm developing the channel, you know, I think I told you guys before, you know, I have made it a goal this year to really focus on the growth of this channel, and to doing that is, you know, is really just to make sure that I'm producing content you guys want to see. I think in the first year was a lot of me trying to figure out how to navigate YouTube, how to um, you know, how to make this whole thing work. And you know, I thought I produced some really cool videos, but as I look back even a year later, it seems like, you know, like wow, those were, you know, those were pretty poor quality videos. You know, so, you know, made some investments this year, and you know, up the quality, up the kind of the things I'm doing. So now at this point, I'm just kind of trying to find my way. Like, what's my technique? Like, what's going to set me apart from, you know, all these other hundreds and hundreds of cooking and barbecue channels that are out there? What's going to make me different? And if you guys have thoughts, you know, about what you like out of my channel, please let me know below. That'll help me navigate this time where I'm trying to figure out what is the best thing to do for you. Like I said, I think the mission, you know, and the vision of the channel is, you know, really is that, like I mentioned, you know, to produce quick, easy, simple foods. And I don't ever want to lose that, and I'm not ever going to lose that. But the style and format of content, you know, will change, you know, as I try to figure out what you guys really want to see. And the more and more subs we get, the more and more audience I'm going to have to be able to figure that data sets from, and the faster I can get there. So if you have, if you would, let me know in the comments below what you like about the channel. That'll help me navigate faster. So the air fryer has beeped at me, telling me it's ready to receive the ribs. So let's go ahead and get that in there. Cameraman, if you would, please. All right. So like I mentioned, we're just going to put this meat side down, just like that. Cameraman, can you get any shot of that while I wash my hands? Yep. Except that you got the teenager in the background in the shot. I know, it's new for all of us. It's okay. We're just gonna focus down here and see. There we go. So that's kind of what we got going on, folks. We got it laid in there now. If you got a smaller air fryer unit, you can totally, you know, cut this in half, cut this in thirds, you know, and achieve the same thing. But since this fit in here, I just put the whole thing in, but you can do it multiple different ways. So let's go ahead and get this pan back up. I'm gonna go back to my original position here, cameraman. So like I said, we're gonna run this first part of this for about 20 minutes. You know, depending on the size of the ribs. You got it under control?
Mm-hmm.
In frame? So depending on the size, obviously if it's a bigger one, it might take a little bit longer. Depending on the, you know, the wattage of your air fryer itself, might require bigger, or might require less or more time. You know, it's all experimentation, guys. You know, you'll know if you know your air fryer really well, you'll know exactly how long you need to put, you know, something of this size in there and how long that's going to take. Cameraman, can you hand me a couple more napkins, please? So while we get this cleaned up here, you know, as you guys have probably noticed, I'm doing a lot of air fryer recipes lately. And again, a lot of that's me trying to figure out how to use this thing. You know, and then, you know, as I've started to do some research on, you know, content ideas, you know, there's a lot of interest in air fryer meals. And again, I really think that has to do with the ease of use and the time savings as part. So, you know, my goal is to try and figure out how can I incorporate one more, please, cameraman. No, napkin, please.
Oh.
Trying to incorporate, barbecue into air frying, and like I said, I got a couple things that I'm working on to try and maybe that's what it takes to kind of set my channel apart. You know, as you've seen too, if you're regular watchers of the channel, which I know a lot of you are, doing a lot of shorts lately. On these short videos, they don't be fooled. They take just as long to make as, in most cases, as the long form videos do. So there really is no like cheating the time in that. But what I've noticed is that the younger audiences, specifically, 17 to 24, I believe, audience, that viewership on the channel actually started going up as a result of shorts. So, and I think a lot of that is, this bite-sized content that YouTube wants to, put in front of you guys. And as YouTube, quite frankly, tries to start to try and compete with, TikTok and all those other guys, it's definitely a smart move. But, I'm not sure how much my audience in that age range is into, barbecue and cooking to start with. So, yes, I'm doing a lot of shorts right now. But again, a lot of that is just trying to find the way, trying to find my way, and really look through the data and have enough data to see what you guys really want to see. So, so you're going to see, more of that, and as I grow, I'm going to be, mixing things. Like I said, this is our first, live stream on the channel. If the data shows that this stuff you guys want to see, then maybe we'll jump to mainly live stream. We don't know. Again, this is constantly in flux, constantly in motion, just trying to get most of this, honed in for you guys. But yeah, so looking at the air fryer here, looks like we've got about 14 more minutes on this side. So, I'm not gonna completely talk your ear off for the next 14 minutes. Do we have any comments, cameraman? Any comments? No?
Any comments? Nope.
No comments? Man, tough room. So why don't we do this, cameraman? In the last 30 days, what's the best weekday meal that I've made for you?
It's the mac and cheese.
You like mac and cheese? The pepperoni mac and cheese?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually,
And the bacon encrusted Cheeto stuff.
Oh, the Cheeto encrusted bacon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was cool too. Like, the bacon mac and cheese video, that was, really simple to make. But again, that was, processed foods. And like I said, nothing wrong with that. In a pinch, that'll work. But trying to make it taste good, again, that's the key, right? And that's what I did in that particular video, is try and give you guys, a little bit of a different twist on that. But definitely not a main staple in the house. And then the Cheeto encrusted bacon, that's, doing the research, you'll see the title of the thumbnail, first one on YouTube with that concept idea, which, if you look around, that's pretty unheard of for YouTube. Like, just about everything's been done. So unless you're really uniquely creative, you're not going to get too many of those things. And the video hasn't done that well, but you never know, it might take off in the future. But again, what's a unique twist on something that we're already doing? Bacon's a great thing. How can we make it even better? Some of these things just don't end up working out. Like those who watch regularly saw the kind of the series of hot sauce videos that I was doing, and excuse me, and first one was great, the mango habanero hot sauce. That was an awesome hot sauce. I still have 2 bottles in the fridge. Great hot sauce. The bacon hot sauce, that was a great one too. Whole family loves it. Tastes really good. And to try and push the envelope a little more, the Trix hot sauce video. I knew in my mind that was not going to be good, and you saw the expression on my face during the taste test.
I didn't like it.
Yeah,
It was
that
not
was
that
just.
good.
I knew it was going to be bad, but you don't know until you try, right? I mean, it might have been awesome, but we just didn't know.
Maybe next you should do Fruit Loop hot sauce.
Yeah, I think we'd probably get the same result if we did something like that.
Or Captain Crunch hot sauce.
Yeah, I think because those cereals have a lot of grains in them, I think we're just going to end up with the same kind of results again and again. I think really it should be more along the lines of, like what we did with the bacon, and like switching out the habanero, switching out the mango with, maybe peach,
Maybe you
pear,
should do
apple, things like that.
sausage hot sauce.
Sausage hot sauce?
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, we can brainstorm that idea. What else?
Hot dog hot sauce?
No. I'm not gonna put the audience through that. That just sounds disgusting. Definitely be an oh no video track. Yeah. So what else? What have you recently?
Well, I just thought of those. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what else have you seen, or what else have I made for you recently? And please forgive my dog walking around back here. What else have I made recently that you like besides the bacon and the mac and cheese?
I don't know. I'm gonna look.
You're gonna look because you don't remember.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, we're doing a lot of different things, and again, that's the uniqueness and the makes it fun.
The
right?
cream cheese. The cream cheese.
The cream cheese ones. Which one?
The
regular or the holiday edition?
Both of them.
Yeah. No, the holiday edition one. Those for those who don't know, that was part of my first year on YouTube. So it's a lower quality video, but it was a great concept, right? It was back when smoked cream cheese was a thing, and it's still a thing. I still see those videos still get a lot of views every day. It seems like because people still want to see it. Excuse me. But again, I think I was probably.
And your most popular video is fast smoked cream cheese.
Yeah, because again,
3.5K views. That's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. It's a lot for us, right? Because we're a young channel, right? And we have been doing this, and again, we have I have a full-time job, and so we just do this, after work on the weekends whenever we have time, But it's fun, running a YouTube channel is fun, and I think for me personally, it's a lot about the creative aspect of it. They call us creators, from YouTube. From a YouTube perspective, we're called creators, and that's because we really are. And what I personally don't like to see, as I'm scrolling through, long form or short form video, is a lot of the copycat stuff, and I mean not like uniquely spun stuff. I'm talking more like exact thumbnail, practically the same video, and it's really. I think it takes a little bit of effort, those, in my mind, those folks are creators, right? Those folks are copycats. Everything we do is inspired by something else, right? And putting your unique spin on anything is what makes this fun. And honestly, this is what it's all about, right? Even if this channel never takes off, which I hope it does. I mean, I'm putting a lot of effort and time into it, so I hope it does. But even if it never does, this is still fun to do. I get to work with my son here. I get to experiment some crazy food ideas. I get to practice my in front of camera skills.
Oh, another person's watching again.
Great. What are we up to, son?
2.
We're up to 2, counting you.
Yep.
So we got 1. We got 1. All right.
Oh, another person just joined.
Okay, cool.
3.
Right. Cool. We're up to 3. Okay. For those who are
including me.
Those who are just joining, we have our baby backs in the air fryer currently, meat side down. We were running those at 350 degrees. Got it set for 20 minutes. We got looks like about 6.5 minutes left on that. We were just talking about kind of the growth and direction of this channel, and I think the a lot of what I'm doing here is organic growth, and that's really, again, as YouTube shows suggests my content to, you know, different people.
I went to home YouTube and I got suggested your live stream.
I think you do get suggested because you're subscribed to me.
Yes.
But I'm talking about people who maybe aren't, right? Like growth, like how are we going to grow? And again, I think this again all ties back to what is the thing that's going to set this channel apart?
Shorts.
You know, well that's a format, right? There's like I told you before, there's a certain segment of people who want to see those little 15-second, 30-second nuggets of content, and then that's perfectly fine. And I think shorts will definitely be a tool in the tool belt of this channel. There will be a place for that. Am I completely confident that'll be the lifeblood and, you know, catalyst for the whole channel? I don't know that yet, right? Like I said, I think we're very much, you know, learning what the audience wants, but very much YouTube's very much, you know, very slow to kind of show us to other people. You know, yes, shorts do typically get a lot of views right out the get-go, and the subscriber growth as such are pretty good. However, you know, it's not about fast growth. You know, slow and steady growth actually has a lot of benefits. You know, you learn a lot along the way. You learn a lot about your audience along the way. You know, and as you guys know, I reference, you know, my subscribers as the average Joe fam because, you know, this is family, you know, food, family, fun, right? So this is, they have to be invested if they're taking their time to watch me. Then, you know, there's got to be something on here that's worth their time, and you know, so I think that just going through a lot of this, and there'll be ups and downs along the way, but regardless, it's what it is. So, yes.
I just thought of something, a really weird hot sauce.
Okay, lay it on me.
Coffee hot sauce.
Coffee,
and ketchup hot sauce.
Nah. Okay, so I'd say no to coffee. I mean, no to ketchup. Coffee grounds could have a place in hot sauce for sure. I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. We can brainstorm on that.
Wait, actually?
Yeah, I mean, coffee can give it a real deep, kind of earthy note. So yeah, we could definitely think about that. See if that makes sense.
Mustard hot sauce.
So yeah, so folks, like I said, for those who've joined, if there's you know, something you want to see, or you know, if you could just let me know, you know, what you like about the channel, you know, what do you prefer? Like I said, we're very much trying to learn what you guys really enjoy about the channel, what you don't enjoy about the channel, and we're, like I said, we're in a state of growth and transformation here. So just you know, help me out and let me know what you think. But
Oh,
right
someone
now,
just left.
okay, it's fine.
That's sad.
People will come and go. People will go in. It's okay.
It's sad.
So yeah. So like I said, good, you know, good people, good subscribers who would really enjoy the content are going to be here, if they can, of course. So as we wind down the next 3 minutes before we flip our ribs here, you know, any comments to reference right now?
Nope.
No? Okay. Well, what about, so you like some hot sauces, right? You know, like the mac and cheese. What else? What's the best? Why don't we start there? What is the best thing
Best
ever made
from you in your
on this channel? And there's lots of things I've made that aren't on this channel, right? So what's the best thing you think? Hey, your personal opinion, don't look at the numbers. Hey, now. Sorry about that.
I am thinking triple smoked hot chocolate.
Triple smoked hot chocolate, yeah, that's again, that's another one of the older videos.
And the eggnog double smoked.
That was pretty good, and again, that's another unique
And
angle.
my third favorite was the candied bacon smoked jalapeno and maple.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the smoked hot chocolate one first. that is, again, that was another, another video inspired to be, different and creative. Saw a lot of, hot chocolate videos, but how do you tie hot chocolate into a barbecue themed channel? Well, figured out a way to smoke it, right? Figured out a way to make that happen. And again, the video didn't go viral or anything, but it's one of the foundational pieces of the channel because it shows the unique nature of what we're doing here. So that's what I don't ever want to lose, right? Like, yes, down home basics of what we're doing, how to do this simply. Yes, absolutely. Excuse me. There will be, however, definitely things that are going to maybe attract a certain amount of viewers, right? Yes, what do you put here?
I already see your live stream on my home.
Okay.
Screen.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, it's again, that's just part of trying to find our way through YouTube. So the eggnog too. Again, the hot chocolate idea sparked the eggnog idea. Maybe vice versa. I can't remember which one was first, but again, like, who does that, right? Like, do we want to be known as like? Do we want to be like this? We walk a fine line of gimmicky, clickbaity type, TikTok material type stuff, and I don't. It's not gimmicky, right? It's like trying to be different and trying to do something cool. And maybe some other people have thought about this and and just never done it. And again, it goes back to the creative piece of it. So that's the air fryer telling me it's time. 20 minutes has expired. So let's check on these. So cameraman can swing us over.
Also, I forgot to say, another favorite is those deviled eggs, like that covered with like, what was it?
I don't know, but let's check these real quick.
Covered with like ghost pepper chips, I think.
Okay.
That's one of my favorites too. That was really good.
All right. Get a good shot of these, cameraman. So that's kind of where we stand, folks, right now. We're about 20 minutes on the meat side. Cameraman, can you hand me my thermoprobe? Meat thermoprobe? Just kind of see, feel where we are. See the juices coming out of that. No, the other one, please. This one's good. Thank you. So we're running. You could eat these right now, but we're gonna let it run a little bit more because that'll become a little more tender here. So we are going to let this go for probably, let's call it another 10 minutes, and we should be good enough to eat at that point. So we're gonna run that 400 degrees down to 10 more minutes. And go. So cameraman, swing back over. Alright, good shot.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So, what is the last one you just said?
Deviled eggs covered in like ghost pepper chips, I think.
Oh, the ghost pepper deviled eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was so good.
Those were really good. Folks, if you haven't tried this recipe or something like it, it'll change your world. If you like deviled eggs, don't get me wrong, originally traditional deviled egg recipes are great. But the eggs are typically a little bit slimy, and soft. So this recipe changes it. It becomes about texture. And quite frankly, the presentation becomes really great too, right? It becomes really non-traditional, and not a lot of things people see. Like if you're like, I know a lot of us are getting ready for, the game day on Sunday, and do you want to be the person bringing something to the party that is completely unique and a talking piece? Well, trust me, this is definitely something you definitely want to take a look at because it is super easy. You probably have everything in your house minus, the ghost pepper chips. But seriously, $3 at the grocery store. Pick yourself up some. Give this a shot. This folks in your circle will definitely uh, have some positive things to say about this. But again, it's a texture thing. And then you can take it even several steps, elevate it even more steps. In previous iterations of this recipe, it wasn't captured on this video, but you know, I put the egg yolks and actually put bacon in them. I actually put jalapeno in them, put it all in the food processor, used some spicy mustard, and added a few more, you know, flavor profiles to those, and they all turned out great. I think the biggest thing I can tell you is just, you know, watch the salt. I did make a mistake one time and put a little bit too much salt in it, and it didn't turn out so well. And you know, but again, you live and learn, right? We're not all perfect all the time. So that's the fun part about cooking. So yeah, but if you need something for game day, check that out. I also got some, you know, if you guys haven't seen it yet, it's a relatively newer video. I did something called a Bloody Mary burger, and that thing was actually.
Oh yeah, that was really good.
I didn't think that was going to come out well, but that actually came out great. I mean, if you like some of the notes that you get from a Bloody Mary, don't get me wrong, I'm not a Bloody Mary guy. It's like, yeah, okay, but you know, having the celery seed and the Worcestershire and just some of those notes in there as part of the cooking process is really good. Those turned out amazing. So, you know, you could probably take that a step further and turn those into sliders, you know, which was my original concept before when I was planning the video. But I couldn't find any slider ones, so which is why I ended up doing a burger. But yeah, you could totally do it that way too. Make some sliders, make some ghost pepper deviled eggs. All great, you know, finger foods for game day. You know, so again, if you haven't seen those, check those out.
I also really liked the savory bacon wrapped Oreos.
Oh, bacon wrapped Oreos?
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
only got like 42 views. It should get like at least 1,000 views. That was
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, and I think that again, I think Average Joe's was a little late to market in for that video. That concept has been around for a minute, you know. So we didn't really, in my opinion, we didn't change that up enough to make us stand out from the herd of other videos doing the exact same thing. I think what's unique about that one, if I recall correctly, that video, I actually used a spice blend on the bacon, and we can talk about putting spice blends on your bacon if you haven't done so. But I used a spice blend on the bacon that was actually a local company to us here in Ohio, and you know, it's called Bearded Butchers, and they have their own channel. They're massively successful. But they actually produce a lot of good content too. So if you haven't heard of them before, check them out. It's called Bearded Butchers. A lot of great, you know, meat carving, you know, tutorial, how-to stuff on there. Great concept. Yes.
Do you know what else I really like?
What's that?
The fast, easy Scotch eggs.
Oh, Scotch eggs. Yeah, yeah. Scotch eggs are like, those are good anytime. I mean, those are like, you know, I usually do Scotch eggs, and I'll do them in batches, typically on a Sunday, and I'll prepare them. Hold on, I'll prepare them for the week, right? Like, me and my wife got to work, and you know, a lot of times we don't have time. You know, once we got done getting the kids out the door, and then with the commute times, we usually don't have time for breakfast ourselves. So I'll make these ahead of time, and they're awesome. If you haven't heard of a Scotch egg, check out the video. Or check out anybody's video, quite frankly. Great concept, very good, high protein. You know, bacon, sausage, eggs. It's like a compact version of, you know, from a traditional breakfast. So it's really good. Yes.
And I was also gonna say, the chorizo sausage queso dip was really good. I really liked it.
Yeah, that one was a while back too. That was like probably one of the very early videos. I mean, who doesn't love queso dip, right? But who doesn't?
Yeah, it's your fourth video.
Yeah, I mean, then it was good, and then you know, chorizo's just good by itself. Quite frankly, I love chorizo. I love all the strong spice notes in that kind of sausage. It's just really good, you know. And that's, you know, while we're talking about chorizo, you know, if you guys haven't seen it, you know, I actually made some chorizo wings not too long ago. And I kid you not, and hand to a stack of
Ooh.
Bibles. These are the best wings ever. If you like chorizo, definitely try that. I mean, chorizo wings are awesome. They are so good. So many different profiles. Hey, that's another thing. If you're looking for something for game day, wings take a little bit more time, obviously, but those were really good, and I even took those to work my day job. And got thumbs up from everyone. They were really, really good.
I can't forget about the bread pudding. That was really good.
Oh.
Wait, the
Oh, the pumpkin.
yeah, the pumpkin bread pudding.
Excuse me. Yeah, again, folks, that pumpkin bread pudding,
That was
again,
amazing.
another attempt, to kind of set this channel apart. Like, what makes Average Joe's different? Why should I watch Average Joe's? It's because Average Joe's is thinking outside the box. Average Joe's is trying to figure out what's a better way, or what's a faster way, or what's a unique way. Those types of videos. In case you didn't see it, that was actually bread pudding smoked, but actually, hollowed out a pumpkin and smoked it inside of a pumpkin. It's actually pretty good. Again, one of my early on videos, not good quality, but the concept was good, and the process is rock solid. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, definitely check that out. Looking at our timer here, we're probably getting close to, looks like we've got about 4 minutes or so left on that, and then these will likely be done. So, any comments to the date right now?
No.
No.
But the smoked fried turkey legs were really good too.
Smoked fried turkey legs, yeah. Funny thing about the smoked fried turkey leg video is I probably get a view, at least one view every day on that video for the last year. It seems like. It's like every time I log in to look, it seems like someone's always watching that particular video. So must be something really great about it. And again, there's a lot of videos out there from other creators that are doing smoked fried, but this is, I mean, who doesn't love turkey legs? And who doesn't love bacon, right? Who doesn't love, smoky nature, but the crispy nature of frying something?
But it's also okay if you don't like any of that.
No, yeah, it's totally okay. And here, an idea just hit me. Why not do smoked fried turkey legs, but do the frying part in the air fryer? Will we get the same results? Maybe it can be a comparison video.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there we go.
Fried turkey legs versus smoked fried turkey legs in the air fryer.
Yeah, maybe. It's definitely something to look at because, maybe as we start moving into the end of the year and people are looking at turkey again. But yeah, maybe that's something we could look at. So about 3 minutes or so. It's kind of smoking a little bit. Let's give this a check. Make sure we're not burning on the bottom. Swing it over, cameraman. Yep, that looks beautiful so far. Pretty good, folks. Pretty good. Look at that. We're over 200 degrees. So that's where things start breaking down.
It's done.
So what I'm going to do is we've got like 2 more minutes on the timer. I'm just going to flip it over one more time. Give it a little bit more bark on the top, and then we're going to pull it. So, yeah, we're nearly there. Folks, for those who are keeping track, we're only, honestly, we're about 28 minutes into this cook. A rack of ribs, 28 minutes, weeknight meal. You saw I prepared the seasoning, very simple seasoning with about 5 or 6 ingredients. This whole meal is about 30 minutes long from start to finish. That's amazing.
Someone just joined.
You made 30. All right. Is there an applause button on there? Can we get a thumbs up? Yeah. So this is like I said, we were in this for about 28 minutes from start to finish, and that's from prepping the seasoning to doing the actual cook. 28-minute ribs. That's pretty amazing. Now, granted, they're not smoked, but you want to have ribs for your family, and you want to do a rack real quick. Folks,
You know what you should do? Should you tell them about your other channel you have?
Yeah, we're not gonna do that. It has nothing to do with barbecue. So, um, yeah, I mean, like I said, I think this is you can't go wrong here. This is super simple. So let's go ahead and get this pulled, and we can give you guys some close-ups on what this looks like. It really smells fantastic right now. So, cameraman, can you focus on the cutting board, please? All right. That smells really good. Look at that.
Yeah, I can smell it from here.
Yeah.
It smells really
Yeah.
good.
You can see the pullback on it, swiftly there. Nice mahogany color, some crispy ends on it. And again, a lot of that is the sugar from the brown sugar we put on for the rub. But this is like perfect. So I'm not gonna make you guys wait and let this rest, but typically you should probably let this rest, 5, 6, 7 minutes at least before you cut into it. But I'm not gonna make you guys wait, so I'm just gonna show you kind of like the center cut of this, and then me and the cameraman will do a taste test, and then we'll show you what we think. All right, cameraman, are we good on cameraman?
Yep.
Okay. This is still hot. So, all right. Cameraman, I want to show the internal cut of this.
Okay. Can't really see it from this frame, but
Can you point it down a little bit?
that's as close as I can get.
Is it in frame?
Yeah.
Here, it wasn't so hot.
Bring it closer.
All right, that's what we got, folks.
Yep.
28-minute ribs. All right, let's cut. Frame me back up, cameraman. Oh, we'll give a very careful hot taste test for both these, okay? All right. Okay, go ahead and pan back up, please.
This person's actually staying. Stole.
Cool.
Yep. Okay.
All right. Why don't you come and join me in the front, and we'll go ahead and taste these.
What do you mean by that?
Come on in the front. We're gonna do a taste test. Now they're hot, so we'll be forewarned. These are hot,
Okay.
right? But let's give it a taste test. We tell everybody what we think, and then we'll be done.
Okay.
All right. Cheers, folks. Ooh, it's hot.
I know.
That's hot but good. So, this was a good bite. If I was doing this on a smoker, I definitely would probably let these go a little bit longer.
That's really
But
good.
the bite came off pretty good. The flavor profiles are really good. Wow, that's really good. So, what do you think? Can you get a bite without burning yourself?
Yeah. That's really good.
Yeah. So, there we have it, folks. Just joining us. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks for spending 28 minutes of your time. Need a quick, easy meal. Highly suggest you do this. Definitely have some great ideas for game day if you're looking for something there too. And the more and more data we get in from these live streams will kind of tell me if this is kind of the something you want to add to our video content profile. So if you have something you want to see or have something that you like about the channel, please leave me a comment. Let me know. Otherwise, folks, have a great weekend. Have a great rest of your night. Take care. See ya. Go ahead and end it.
How do I end it?
You hit the button.
X.
Yeah, excellent.
Are you sure you want to stop streaming?